The news at 5:30 starts right now.
A man on the west side is dead tonight after police say he tried to take a park officer's gun and another officer shot him. San Antonio Police Chief William McManus says the man had 4 warrants for his arrest, 1 for a similar situation.
Avery Everett is live in the neighborhood where it happened this morning. She explains what happened before that gun was fired.
This block of Buena Vista is quiet now, but just hours ago there was a struggle here that led to a shooting. A San Antonio Park police officer shot and killed a man in his 20s after police say he tried to grab one of the officer's guns. Here's exactly what we know right now. Police first responded to a West Side park nearby for a disturbance call between a couple. When an officer got there, police say the man ran off, jumped into the backyard of a home here on Buena Vista. The officer caught up to the man, tried to arrest him, and that's when that struggle started. Police Chief William McManus says another officer came to help, but when the man attempted to take one officer's gun, the other shot.
During the struggle, the officer attempted to tase the suspect, I believe twice. Didn't have any effect on him. The struggle continued. The suspect was able to get his hands on the officer's gun.
Now, we don't know much about that man, and we don't know his identity either, but Police Chief William McManus did confirm that that man had 4 outstanding warrants, one of those for trying to take an officer's gun in a totally separate incident. We reached out to SAPD trying to get this man's name. As soon as we learn that, we'll keep you updated right here on air and online at KSAT.com. Avery Everett, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Avery. Meanwhile, just about 2 hours ago, around 3:45, we received a statement from the San Antonio Park Police Officers Association. The president, Henry Bassick, says, quote, "This morning, our park police officer encountered a worst-case scenario and had to draw and use their weapon to defend a fellow officer in a life-and-death struggle with a criminal. Sadly, this is no longer a unique situation in San Antonio. Time and time again, we see criminals with multiple warrants consistently committing crimes and endangering the lives of citizens and law enforcement," end quote.
Turning now to an overnight shooting. A woman was shot 4 times after a bar fight exploded into gunfire. This happened at 2 in the morning on Wurzbach Road near Babcock. Police say a woman in a bar got into a fight with another, which spilled into the parking lot. At some point, that suspect pistol whipped a man with a gun and shot the woman twice in her chest and arms. Several rounds also hit 2 cars. That suspect took off. The man and woman who were injured were both taken to the hospital.
A 27-year-old man in the hospital tonight recovering after telling police he was shot when he cut off another car. This happening on Highway 151 around 8:30 last night near Hunt Lane. The victim saying he cut off a red Dodge Charger when someone started firing from it. The victim then drove off and looked for help at a nearby restaurant. He was bleeding from a life-threatening gunshot wound to his lower torso. He was taken to a hospital, and police went to look for that suspect vehicle using their helicopter, but so far they've been unable to locate it.
It's been a busy 24 hours for the San Antonio Fire Department responding to a string of fires. One severely burned someone. This was at Sunset Canyon Apartments on Thousand Oaks at 2:30 in the morning. Fire Chief Charles Hood told us a cooking fire left more than 10 apartments destroyed, and 1 person suffered extreme burns.
And another fire was potentially started by a still-lit cigarette. This afternoon on North Main Avenue near downtown, the Travis Tile Design Center caught fire. Luckily, no one inside at the time, but the business still sustained some pretty significant damage. A senior fire official telling us they found that cigarette at the fire's point of origin, which leads them to believe it is the possible cause for that fire, along with our dry weather we're having.
Now to that chilling case of a young teenager found dead in her home. Edna police have arrested 23-year-old Rafael Govea Romero and charged him with capital murder for the death of 16-year-old Lisbeth Medina. Romero was arrested this week, 4 days after Medina's mother found her dead in their apartment in Edna, Texas, which is close to Victoria. Her mom went looking for her, and after she didn't show up to the Christmas parade where she was supposed to perform. Texas DPS records state Romero is an undocumented migrant from Mexico, and Edna police say they found him in Schulenburg, which is an hour away from Edna.
Around America now, a severe weather outbreak on Saturday has caused at least 25 preliminary tornado reports across 5 states. A search and rescue operation now underway in Tennessee after a tornado hit Clarksville, causing extensive damage and killing at least 3 people, including a child. Rick Damigella has the latest on how that same system will bring more severe thunderstorms, heavy rainfall, strong winds, and even snow to portions of other eastern states across the U.S. through Monday.
We just got hit with a tornado. I saw it last minute. Oh my gosh, everything's gone.
Residents in Clarksville, Tennessee are surveying damage today after a tornado ripped through there Saturday evening.
Walls bursted, the windows bursted, everything just like exploded.
One of the neighbors came out and said, "Guys, we've got to go."
At least 3 people died, including a child, after a tornado touched down, and crews are searching for survivors.
In addition to known fatalities and injuries, first responders are still working across the county to get to some hard-to-reach areas.
Cars were left tossed on roofs as downed trees and debris littered roads. Winds of over 100 miles per hour hit Kentucky and tore roofs and walls from multiple buildings.
The next thing I know, all you hear is stuff started flying, glass was breaking.
At least 5 states across the South reported tornadoes on Saturday, and more than 25,000 people remain without power in the Nashville area. That same system is set to hit the eastern U.S. on Sunday and Monday.
This is what the threat looks like. You see this yellow here for the eastern Carolinas, Wilmington down to Charleston, and then this other pocket on the Florida Panhandle. That's where a few more tornadoes are likely as we go through the day today.
Meanwhile, rain will change over to wet snow for portions of the interior Northeast on Sunday night and continue through Monday. Rick Damigella, KSAT 12 News.
Yeah, our thoughts and prayers definitely out with the people of Tennessee as they start to pick up the pieces after those tornadoes. By the way, that severe weather was all ahead of the front that actually even moved through our area yesterday. Thankfully, we just didn't have to deal with any severe weather with that, but it did make for an absolutely stellar end to the weekend. 59 degrees right now, low humidity and clear skies. Those ingredients together, along with the calming winds, means that our first light freeze here in San Antonio will be possible briefly by sunrise tomorrow morning. So before heading to bed tonight, you'll want to make sure you bring in the pets as well as potted plants, covering up sensitive vegetation, and also make sure that you plan on bundling up the kiddos as they're headed off to the school bus stop tomorrow morning. We'll get you the latest timeline on that, plus some rain chances that return to the forecast. All that coming up in just a few.
Thanks, Mia. Still ahead on the news at 5:30. We'll talk to the CEO of the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. They'll tell us what they think will happen to local businesses in the new year ahead.
Today on Leading SA, we spoke to the CEO of the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce and what they had to say for our next year's outlook for small businesses.
Yeah, one of the main topics was how the city is making decisions to support these businesses by dealing with inflation and higher interest rates. The Hispanic Chamber of Commerce voted in favor of a CPS rate hike recently, saying the energy company itself is also dealing with high interest rates while trying to keep the energy flowing and businesses powered up. And this year, inflation was also a pretty big issue for all of us, including businesses, which the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce said cost businesses more to borrow while making less to work and grow. But they are optimistic for the year ahead since they're already predicting a decrease in interest rates.
The reality is that we're hopeful. Small businesses will persevere, and everything that we're looking at, all the indicators are saying the interest rates should come down. The inflation should come back a little bit, and any little bit of help that we can get for our members is something that anybody will appreciate.
Something to think about. Also something to think about. We probably made a lot of energy using the wind turbines and the solar the last couple days. Mia will talk about the weather ahead right after this. Beautiful morning. A little crisp out there, though.
And a little windy, too.
I was going to say.
On my way into work, I did see some Santa Clauses laying down and taking a nap.
I didn't see any tumbling down the street when I drove home.
Oh, darn.
Everybody did a nice job of securing them where I live.
They were watching us.
I was going to say, I'm glad that everybody was paying attention because, yeah, it was pretty windy last night. We even had some lingering wind gusts out there early this morning. But this afternoon and really into the evening, those winds have calmed. We've got clear skies in place, dry air, low humidity as well. well. And all those things coming together means that San Antonio's first light brief freeze will be possible for just a few hours right before sunrise tomorrow morning. First off, your pipes should be fine, especially here in town. The biggest things that you'll want to remember before heading to bed, covering up and bringing in any sensitive vegetation that you may have, and also making sure that your pets have a warm place to sleep. Most of us falling into the low 30s. Sure, is it possible that maybe officially over at the airport we just get down to about 33? Yes, it's possible, but I do think plenty of backyards and neighborhoods will be able to dip down to that 32-degree mark or just below for just a few hours generally before sunrise. You also want to make sure that the kids are bundled up as they're headed off to school tomorrow. But then after that, you can see we're not really anticipating any other freeze potentials here as we look ahead to the rest of the upcoming work week. We're in the low 40s by Tuesday morning, and then as we start to see some additional moisture work back in, the cloud cover, and even some rain chances, overnight lows come up into the 50s as early as Wednesday. So yes, a cold start first thing tomorrow, but once the sun comes up, we're going to see plenty of it throughout the remainder of our Monday, helping those temperatures warm. Still dry air in store, so it's going to be very comfortable at noon. Forecast temperature just shy of 60 degrees, 65 degrees, the forecast high temperature here in San Antonio, 66 in Floresville, 64 in Seguin, as well as Canyon Lake, 64 in Hondo, and 62 over in Kerrville. I mentioned that lower humidity making for a fantastic rest of the day tomorrow. Enjoy it because we're going to start to see a little bit more moisture move back into the area by midweek, and that's also going to come with some additional cloud cover. So Tuesday, we're expecting mostly cloudy skies, low 40s in the morning, so not a freeze, but it still will be chilly out there. Daytime highs topping off in the upper 60s. Then as we head into Wednesday, even more cloud cover and also a few rain chances start to return to the forecast. So let's time that out. I think later in the day tomorrow, we could see a few high clouds start to move in from the south. By Tuesday, though, eyes will shift out west to this area of low pressure that's going to be approaching the Four Corners region. And that's as that continues to work its way farther eastward. You can see by Wednesday, a few scattered showers possible in and around south central Texas. We've got it about a 40% potential. That will continue isolated into Thursday, but then as this low pressure system moves through the state of Texas, we're actually going to bump up that rain potential to a 60% chance just ahead of the upcoming weekend on Friday. So this is going to be something to check back in on here in the days ahead. All of this is ultimately going to depend on the exact track that area of low pressure takes, but it is looking possible that we could see some beneficial rain totals up to 1 and maybe even 2 inches in spots. So that's something that we will continue to monitor for you. Until then, temperatures right now in the 50s, a few low 60s out there. That brief light freeze possible first thing tomorrow, then a gorgeous day high in the mid 60s, warming things up as the cloud cover moves in as well on Tuesday. Then we'll monitor those rain chances to round out the second half of the week, guys.
Well, we need some rain chances. We can be happy about that.
Yeah. I'm done with my painting projects. Go ahead, rain away.
All right, there you go.
Just for Tim.
Yes, thank you. All right, Houston may be known as Space City, but the Jets today, Mary, bringing the Houston Texans back down to earth with a beatdown in the Big Apple.
That's a wonderful way to put it. Yes, unfortunately right now, injuries are plaguing the Texans, and it led to a 30-6 loss to the Jets. Plus, we'll hear from G.J. Kinney as the Texas State football program gears up for its bowl game debut later this month.
We're looking for, it's the Cowboys and the Eagles. I don't think you have to say anything more than that.
It's a kind of matchup that speaks for itself. Sunday Night Football features a highly anticipated clash with major playoff implications between Dallas and Philadelphia. More on that in Big Board Sports.
Football coverage brought to you by Davis Law Firm.
But first, the Houston Texans just couldn't catch a break today. The young group lost their top wide receiver and rookie Tank Dell last week, and already shorthanded, Nico Collins left today's game against the Jets with a calf injury. Rookie C.J. Stroud, who enters the week leading the league in yards passing, in an even tougher spot against New York, who owns one of the best pass defenses. Third quarter, no score until Zach Wilson locates Randall Cobb for a 15-yard touchdown. Jets lead later extends to 14, and Texans finally break through. Devin Singletary punches it in from a yard out. New York now up 24-6 when Stroud slams his head on the turf after being taken to the ground following a pass. Stroud would leave the game with a concussion. Hope is lost, and the Texans fall 30-6. Back to just one game above 500. Here's head coach D'Amico Ryans after the game on Stroud's injury.
CJ will be in concussion protocol. We'll see how he progresses throughout the week. Yeah, on the hit with CJ, we got to block it better. All right, we can't allow them, to get back to our quarterback. We have to block it better up front.
What are some of the positives you can take away from this game?
Not many positives for me to take away from this game. We got to play better.
The first place race in the AFC South involves the Texans, Jaguars, and Colts. Let's see how Jacksonville did this afternoon in Cleveland. Second quarter, Joe Flacco hits David Njoku for the 30-yard catch and run to the house. Browns in the driver's seat coming out of halftime. Early in the fourth, Trevor Lawrence throws a great ball to the corner of the end zone where Parker Washington hauls it in. Under 2 minutes to go. Jags down 10. Lauren to Evan Ingram for 6. But the 2-point conversion fails and the Browns win 31-27. So Jacksonville opens the door in the AFC South. Texans can't capitalize. Will Indianapolis take advantage? Both the Colts and Houston entered the week one game behind first place Jacksonville. Colts and Cincinnati. Bengals get going early as Jake Browning finds Chase Brown, who takes it 54 yards for the touchdown. It's 14-0 now when Gardner Minshew tosses to Mo Alley Cox in the back of the end zone to make it 14-6. And before halftime, Ronnie Harrison intercepts Browning's pass and returns it 36 yards for the pick six, but Browning makes up for it later, following up with a rushing and passing TD as the Bengals win 34-14. So here's what the AFC South looks like after the Week 14 games. Jaguars are in a playoff spot currently, and the Colts and Texans are in the hunt. Cleveland, Pittsburgh, Cincinnati hold the AFC wildcard spots. Looking ahead to Sunday Night Football, a huge NFC East showdown between Dallas and Philadelphia, two of the top teams in the NFL fighting for a share of the division lead. Also, two MVP candidates will be on display with Dak Prescott and Jalen Hurts going head-to-head. Quick note, linebacker Micah Parsons is on the Cowboys injury report with the flu, but plans to play today. Dallas safety Jaron Kearse has full faith in a Dallas win tonight.
It was just another game for us. Hurts has the name, but the film these last couple weeks is all pointing towards Dak. So, we have the good guy on our side. This is a game that we're going in that we should win. So, we don't go into any game saying we shouldn't win this game. Yeah, it might be a little tougher, but we go into every game saying we should win this game. So, that's just how we're walking around here. Our mentality is, we should win this game. So, by how many points, I don't know, but this is definitely the game we should win.
Kickoff is at 7:20 tonight. We'll break it all down on instant replay starting at 11. Be sure to tune in. Well, the Texas State Bobcats are prepping to play in the First Responder Bowl against Rice on December 26th. The game taking place at SMU's Gerald J. Ford Stadium. And as you may have heard, this is the first bowl game in program history for Texas State. First-year head coach G.J. Kinney reflected on what led to their success in year one.
I think me and Deion Sanders, kind of got a lot of the pub and brought in a lot of guys, and we were able to get to that bowl game. And you'll see, a lot of teams are going to try to do it this year. We were kind of on the front end of that deal. So you'll probably see a lot of people try to copycat, and good luck. It's not easy.
Mark your calendars as the Bobcats will take their 7-5 record to Dallas and kick off against Rice at 4:30 p.m. on ESPN on December 26th. Lots of bowl games to look forward to.
Bowling season is here. We've got brownies, highlights, and Bungles highlights. Thank you so much.
So excited.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Mary.
That's a Tim favorite. We'll be right back.
Well, that's going to do it for us. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here for the Night Beat.
Yeah,
on
and
time
it'll be
tonight.
on time because it's Sunday.
Yeah. Nothing in our way tonight.
Good night.